indeed it is that we stand in honour. We stand in honour of all that presents. And we have a greater understanding that as we come together, that our hearts are open and that our intention is to truly communicate with the divine. And as we lift and raise the vibration, we become more aware that we are united in the sacred light that bathes us, that educates us, that heals us, and encourages and inspires us to rise. So it is allowing
I'd love to know what they're sharing with Jenny right now.
I have to say, because this is the third time they've said it and I'm a bit surprised. But am I really? They're saying that they're stirring the wolf. They're stirring the wolf within us. And you might, and that's why I'm laughing, because I know there's going to be a great explanation for all this. But I've been so aware this week. This week has brought such an array of light and communicating with spirit, and they have been sharing that what is taking place universally is that all that we need to embrace, to address in this year, in our life, is coming to the fore. And so the wolf, in a sense, is reminding us that the wolf is the teacher as well. So the teacher within us, but the strength within us, and all that we know that we need to sniff out, so to speak. We become more aware that this is a number 9 year. So it is a year of endings. But it's a cycle. And as we all know, that we live in a cycle of light. And we move through the cycle the best way we can. And that is we dig deeper and we dig deeper and we dig deeper. And we need to remember that we have the power and the strength to move through life, regardless if there's a huge storm before us. We know that we have the power within ourselves. So the wolf comes, and we recognize that wolf comes forward to take on everything that comes to our feet. We also know that if we are not dealing with situations in our life, knowing that because they're coming to endings, we need to make up for lost time. So all those times you thought, I can't deal with this now, I'll push it away. It's going to catch up with you. You have to have an understanding. When we're working with the cycle of energy, and we are in the 9, meaning endings, we need to address what we've been putting off. So we now have to make up time for all that we have put to bed, so to speak. Because it will come up and it might be harder than what it was before because you haven't addressed it. And now we need to finish the cycle, so it has to show itself for you to embrace it. So you need to then recognize that you have the power and the strength. And the more that you are aware that this is what is taking place, we become aware then that we put it into action. And we take action and we take control. So then you are taking advantage of what is present, knowing that you can embrace it. So stop putting off what you know you need to address. Because this is the year that the cycle will end. So if there are things that you really wish weren't in your life, situations that you are finding very difficult to embrace, or a path to walk is very tiring, and you feel that you are weakened by all that is within your life, well then you are not connecting with the divine sacred light. There is so much more. You have to know that Spirit will provide you the strength and the support. But remember that it is all in your hands. You need to be aware that it is present when you are aware. It's the same when we are communicating with Spirit, we've spoken so many times about the spiritual ladder. And it depends on what rung you are on in how you address the situation. So have that awareness in your mind. Be aware of a ladder. Meaning, if you're on a lower rung, finding yourself very depressed or weak or fatigued or ill, regardless, or that you feel heavy or pressured, regardless of that negativity that you're feeling, you're on the bottom rung. But when you recognize this is how I am right now, but I know that there's more of me within, that you then allow yourself to rise. And this is what we mean by rise. Move up and out of the dense and of the negative vibration and climb the spiritual ladder. And keep climbing until you have focus, until you have clarity, so that you understand, oh, I'm out of it. I have a greater understanding now that I just need to rise so that I can perceive what I need to. And it all looks so different from a higher perspective. When you move yourself, when you divorce yourself, when you detach from the negativity of all that is taking place in your life, you will then find a strength that you've forgotten that you had, because you are giving it the vibration that you need to conquer, and you will succeed. Once your intention, your free will is aligned with the divine will, always remembering that everything that you are learning in your life, that you have called this lesson. Always remember, when you call a lesson to your life, you don't know how it will present. You don't know. In the sense of even grief. It might be that with grief that you have grief at a young age or middle age or in older. When you are older, but it doesn't matter, you still call that, but you don't know when it will present and how it will present. But the most important thing is that you do the best you can in regards to any lesson that you have called. Once you know that you are responsible for it, life changes. You become more aware of the soul purpose. And then you realize that our physical life is all connected to the soul. And when you start to realize that what I do now, in who I am now, that I can make a huge difference in my soul. I can heal my soul. I can conquer situations from other times that I've walked the earth. And when it presents, when you feel that vibration that's calling you, and you have the awareness that I know this before, you have an awareness that this is really huge, because it is a thread from another time coming into the now, into this physical life. And what you do with it in this physical life has a reaction in another time. You have to have an understanding of the enormity of this and focus on the soul journey. Focus that in this physical life, I have called the lessons to help heal, not only who I am now, but who I've been before. And then I will become more empowered and heal fragments and call them back to me, where then I become more enlightened and empowered. And there are pearls of wisdom, and they're waiting to be explored. And then we wear them so that we remember that we have walked the path before. We remember that we have the strength and the resilience. We remember that we have connection. We remember that when we are guided by the divine, because we have given permission for ourselves to rise so as to connect to higher vibration, so as to be supported, we then realize the success of our physical life is eternal. It is important to remember that when we walk through a garden, we pull out the weeds. We remember that this is what we need to do with ourselves. We need to let go of that which is not serving us. We pull out our own weeds, our own thoughts that are only pulling us down. When we see ourselves as the garden, we have the awareness that I need to take and remove this so that a beautiful rose can appear. We need to have an understanding that we have the willpower and the ability to do this if only we truly believed in self. When we believe in who we are, when we believe in all that we are connected with, that helps give us the strength when we need it, we then call it forward. And this is a gift in itself, because when we are aware that there is more to connect with, that is a gift by knowing it. I know that Spirit will support me. I know that Spirit will provide me with all that I need so that I can pursue my life, my soul journey, embrace my lessons with love, endure whatever comes on my path, knowing I'm not doing it alone. Because not only do you have guides that walk with you, but you remember that you are one of a team, meaning all that you have ever been. And the vibration of all of you comes to the fore to give you that power. And then you bathe in that might because you give permission to. Always remember that we have the free will to allow this to happen. We have the free will to climb the ladder or to be completely off it. But then you will feel within your heart that connection, that vibration pulling you to get back on that ladder and to continue to climb, to conquer fear, and to believe more in who you are and all that you need to meet, to greet, to love, to nurture. And when all of this comes to your feet, and when you detach from and you see it for what it is, you see the garden, and you become aware of the weeds that you need to pull out to help you become successful and to attain the beauty that then will completely support you and remind you of your light and of who you are. Spirit said to me as I arrived here, as you seek your destiny, you need to remember that your destiny is seeking you. It's very profound. You think of that. Because we all know that we're here for a purpose. We're all born to achieve and to learn and to grow, but to be active so that we have experiences in life, so that we can grow, so that we can keep climbing the ladder. And so for us to seek our destiny, that means there is a destiny to be reached. And for the destiny to be seeking you, then you know that there's a higher vibration seeking you and encouraging you to reach your destiny. And so then if you align with destiny, and you are aware that destiny is seeking you and you're seeking destiny, doesn't that mean that you will then be aligned and meet it? Don't you then have the awareness that God is calling you? That the divine is saying, be focused on what you're here to achieve? And so then all that I've already spoken in relating to the divine ladder, but also the purpose and our lessons, our connection, past lives, soul. There is so much to learn. And the more that we engage with spirit, and remembering that we are spirit, and so the unity of spirit is that as we move into stillness, we become more aware that we are spirit, and that all that I am is spirit. So therefore we can merge and weave our way to have a greater understanding of our destiny, of our purpose, of our lessons, and of our power. And so then if you don't believe in yourself, well then you won't achieve. If you don't believe that you are loved by the divine source that is seeking you to reach your destiny, then you are truly cutting yourself off. You are divorcing yourself from love, from light, from divine intervention. Always remember, we are children of God. And so being a child of God, being a child of love and light, that means that we are love and light. That is our essence. But it is to allow that love and light to shine forth, to radiate forth. And we wish to make our parents proud, don't we? We wish and pray and know that if we are one with the divine, then we are divine. We are an expression of the divine. So that means that the divine will continue to feed and nurture you so that you can achieve what you're here on earth to achieve. That you will recognize the lessons that you are here to learn to help you become brighter light, wiser light. And then you will also understand that you embrace everything with love, because that's your true essence. And once you allow the love and light to radiate forth from you, however hard that could be, in relation to certain situations that are occurring in your life, but is it that you're backing away from these situations because you don't feel that you have the strength to stand tall? And if that's the case, we encourage you to rise to the next rung. Remember, Jesus' principles was to know, to believe, to arrest. So once I know that I am the essence of love and light, once I truly believe that the love and light within me will always serve me, will always help me, I'm believing in myself, my connection and alignment with the divine, so that I will be guided and supported and find what I need. But instead of dismissing or moving away, I am now standing tall and arresting what comes into play. Always remember, when you have called a lesson to yourself, it would not be of love if someone was to take it from you. That is not love, by taking it away from you. You must have an understanding that the divine will always help you conquer it. So you give thanks for supporting me through this hardship. Thank you for supporting me through this lesson. Thank you for your divine strength, support, patience, peace, healing. Whatever it is that you need to learn will be given to you when you allow yourself to engage in the higher vibration, which will support you. And we come back to the wolf. We come back for you to have a greater understanding of the message. You must know that the light of you teaches you. The light of you will help you engage with what you need to learn. And so therefore, the wolf comes to the fore. The wolf knows. And so the wolf will show you the way. The wolf will guide and protect you, but will also teach you. but it is for you to be wise. And the more that you have that awareness and the strength to say, yes, I am awakened, the more that you will be at peace. The wolf will be calm. And you will smile your way to reach your destiny. But remember to be aware and to listen for the guidance. Do not put off what you can do. Always ask, is this what love would do? Is this a loving approach to the situation? Because that will help you climb that ladder. Not to back down the ladder and run. Stand your ground and know that you have the ability to do so. So we come back to the pearls. And the pearls will always help you engage with the final, with the wise, with the pure. And you will find a peace and a calm. You will weather any storm when you believe. And you will be comforted. And when you truly know that the gift is in your hands, you will master. And it's not to shy away, but it is to be the aspect of the light that you truly are. It is supporting yourself to support the effort that has been made for this to come into fruition. It is to see it for what it is, not for what you are trying to make it. Let the pearls be free to create a better world for you. Let the pearls help you digest so that you truly understand the fabric of life. Help yourself by nurturing yourself. Help yourself by accommodating all that comes to meet you, and know that you have all that you need. It is written to be so. We know your destiny. We know your abilities. And you have the ability to conquer the lessons that you have chosen. Be aware that the right people will gather to help support you. And the more that you have faith and trust, the more that you will come to terms in knowing this reality. I also speak of humility. It is that when you are humble, that you find the guidance to be clear. Come and walk with me now. Come and walk with me as we move through in the stillness, in the silence. So as we move into meditation, we come to have a greater understanding of light, as we now bathe in the light in meditation, and we move into heart, there is a softness, a purity of light that encompasses. Find the strength within to go deeper into love, to go deeper into awareness. And you become aware that as we walk on a path, and the beautiful garden that awaits, the bloom of colour, of fragrance. Everything is so alive, colourful and bright. The flowers are shimmering in light, and the sunlight is warming. The flowers look to the sun, bathing in the glorious golden glow. And you become aware of the beauty of the radiant light, recognizing that your heart is opening further, bathing, feeling the warmth, engaging in light, engaging in all that is present, so as to help make that shift, to help bring forth a greater awareness of light, to help bring forth a greater understanding of unity, a greater understanding. And as the stillness of light moves through you, as you engage with the higher vibration, you become aware of a weed within the garden, and you walk towards the weed, but you see the weed as beautiful. And as you look at the weed, it is now on a higher vibration you connect, knowing that this is a reflection of something that you are letting go of, something that you know that you are working to heal. And you put your hands over the weed and pour love and light into the weed. And by doing so, sending your healing love and light into the weed, you become aware of the shift. You become aware of the light. The transformation taking place, knowing that this is an expression of you. And knowing that as you engage with the wind, that you are engaging with an aspect of yourself that is transforming. And when you allow yourself to truly engage, truly connect, truly communicate with this vibration, you are aware of what it is. Allow the vibration to communicate with you. Allow this vibration to awaken to the understanding what you are now ready and capable of healing. You see yourself that the weed is transforming. Greater light and colour come to the weed. You become more aware of all that is taking place within your hands. You have the awareness that this is you communicating with light. And as you continue engaging, communicating, connecting with the weed, knowing that this is an aspect of self that you are healing, you feel the freedom within you, the freedom to let go. The freedom to allow this to take place. I release, I let go, and I transform all energies to love and light. I am aware of the communication. I am aware of all that is taking place right now is for my highest good. I am aware that light encompasses and that I am truly free to bathe in this light. And as you continue pouring love and light into the wind, having an awareness of the change within you, knowing that you are awakened to what it is that you need to let go, knowing that you give permission for change, to be transformed so as to better heal you, to support you, to guide you, to strengthen you. And you now see the weed transforming right before your eyes. You bathe in the joy of all that is taking place for the highest good. So here you are, bathing in a garden full of love, full of colour, full of healing light. And you see this weed as something that you have truly conquered, something that you have truly mastered, giving light to this. You are aware that you rise and now bathe in the exquisite beauty of all that surrounds you. So let it be that you be at peace now. Let it be that the peace be with you, that the peace move through you, and let the peace help you remember your power, so now be one with all that is within your hands. And remember this sacred time, this time that has truly held you and healed you. Allow yourself to be calm. And as you now embrace the garden with all its beauty and life, see yourself enjoying life, remembering that all is in your hands. So now peacefully view the garden, connecting to the sacred light that bathes you, that heals you. And as you now take in a deeper breath, bringing your awareness back to the present, knowing that you have the strength to walk the path and bathe in your truth. Walk with the wolf, knowing the wolf will support you. And so now as you take in a deeper breath, bringing your awareness back to the present. Taking another deeper breath, moving fingers and toes, and when you are ready, opening your eyes. We now welcome.
But if we don't open our mouth, how is it the Spirit communicates? They impress upon us. They use those willing to share. They use those willing to receive. Great lights, like our Right Reverend Jennifer. They use those great lights to bring forth the elevated wisdom. And as you've heard the talk today with Anna receiving from her guide, Zion, we sit, we listen, but is the thought with us likewise that each of us have the potential not only to receive inspiration, and that impression comes, where do you think the impression originates? It originates at higher level. It's for us to stop, to think, to allow, to take on board. And then, as Melchizedek said earlier this year, what are you going to do about it? It's also easy to brush to the side. And more often than not, that's what we collectively do. But if we take notice and make ourselves available, we never know the potential as to what we can receive. But then the greater potential, the greater aspect is that once received, we have the potential to utilize not only for the benefit of ourselves, but the benefit of divinity, as in the higher mission, the higher plan, by spreading that love and light, that wisdom in the collective where we be at that time. And of course, by doing so, we take a spiritual step forward, whereby we have the opportunity of elevating, further awakening, further being of assistance. The contrary aspect, of course, is if we keep our mouth zip, we stay exactly where we are. Spirit has been stifled. The message has been lost. It's for us to help ourselves. We all have the opportunity of helping ourselves. Is it any wonder that God helps those who help themselves? As it's said, God helps everyone, of course. But it's for us to help ourselves in order that God can better help each of us. And by helping each of us, then we have the opportunity of helping everyone else. I've given you a few seconds of silence to think about it, to absorb it. And yes, we've received and heard great wisdom today. Jenny held floor there for the first 25 hours. And I exaggerate to make the point. Great wisdom. You notice there were no notes? That's a hymn book. Did Jenny have any notes? It came straight from Spirit, straight through from Source. We're so privileged, every one of us, so privileged to bathe, to receive. And it's not that we point out individuals doing things. It's to acknowledge, yes, this is a winning formula. Let's do more of it. And that's what it's about. And you've each taken a massive step today by coming forth and being here. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known a thing about it. Just as it was yesterday, as we're obviously heading into announcements.